Reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 25, Text 25, entitled The Glories of Devotional Service. Satam prasangam mama virya samvido bhavanti ritkarna rasayana kata tajjoshanadas vapavarga vartmani shradharatir bhaktir anukramishyati satam prasangam marma virya samvido bhavanti ritkarna rasayana kata tajjoshanadas vapavarga vartamani shradharatir bhaktir anukramishyati satam prasangam mama virya samvido bhavanti ritkarna rasayana kata tajjoshanadas vapavarga vartmani shradharatir bhaktir anukramishyati. Someone like to chant the Sanskrit? Satam prasangan mama virya samvido bhavanti ritkarna rasayana kata tajjoshanadas vapavarga vartmani shradharatir bhaktir anukramishyati. Satam prasangam mama virya samvido bhavanti ritkarna rasayana kata tajjoshanadas vapavarga vartmani shradharatir bhaktir anukramishyati. Sanskrit. Satam prasangam mama virya samvido bhavanti ritkarna rasayana kata tajjoshanadas vapavarga vartmani shradharatir bhaktir anukramishyati. Satam prasangam mama virya samvido bhavanti ritkarna rasayana kata tajjoshanadas vapavarga vartamani shradharatir bhaktir anukramishyati. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Śrīla Prabhupāda. I think, could we close that door? And maybe those windows over there. It's hard to hear. Satam, of pure devotees, prasangat, through the association, mama, my, virya, wonderful activities. Samvidaha, by discussion of. Bhavanti, become. Rit, to the heart. Karna, to the ear. Rasayanaha, pleasing. Katha, the stories. Tat, of that. Joshanat, by cultivation. Ashu, quickly. Apavarga, apavarga, of liberation. Vartmani, on the path. Shraddha, firm faith. Ratihi, attraction. Bhaktihi, devotion. Anukramishiti, will follow in order. In the association of pure devotees, discussion of the pastimes and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and the heart. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberation, and thereafter he is freed, and his attraction becomes fixed. Then real devotion and devotional service begin. Please repeat. In the association of pure devotees, discussion of the pastimes and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and the heart. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberation, and thereafter he is freed, and his attraction becomes fixed. Then real devotion and devotional service begin. The process of advancing in Krishna consciousness and devotional service is described here. The first point is that one must seek the associations of persons who are Krishna conscious and who engage in devotional service. Without such association, one cannot make any advancement. Simply by theoretical knowledge or study, one cannot make any appreciable advancement. One must give up the association of materialistic persons and seek the association of devotees, because without the association of devotees, one cannot understand the activities of the Lord. Generally, people are convinced of the impersonal feature of the Absolute Truth. Because they do not associate with devotees, they cannot understand that the Absolute Truth can be a person and have personal activities. This is a very difficult subject matter, and unless one has personal understanding of the Absolute Truth, there is no meaning to devotion. Service or devotion cannot be offered to anything impersonal. Service must be offered to a person. Non-devotees cannot appreciate Krishna consciousness by reading Srimad Bhagavatam or any other Vedic literatures wherein the activities of the Lord are described. They think that these activities are fictional, manufactured stories because spiritual life is not explained to them in the proper mood. To understand the personal activities of the Lord, one has to seek the association of devotees. And by such association, when one contemplates and tries to understand the transcendental activities of the Lord, the path to liberation is open and he is freed. One who has firm faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead becomes fixed, and his attraction for association with the Lord and the devotees increases. Association with devotees means association with the Lord. The devotee who makes this association develops the consciousness for rendering service to the Lord. And then, being situated in the transcendental position of devotional service, he gradually becomes perfect. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Jnana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Jnana Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangur Langayate Girim Yat Kripa Tanaham Bande Shri Gurun Dinatarine. Hare Krishna devotees, thank you so much for including my Divine God brothers, Sikha Mahiti and Shrita Kirti Prabhu. Thank you for attending our discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam Purana. I hope I can say something of value. This is a very famous and popular verse. Satam prasangam mama virya samvido bhavanti ritkarna maya rasayana kata. Oh, thank you. Hare Krishna. So, sadhu sangha sarva satrakoi. Lava matra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hoy. The 1/11th of a moment in the association of a great devotee of the Lord can transform one into purification. Adoshada tata sadhu sangha. When we have some faith, then when they are approached by devotees, they come to the temple and engage in some sadhu sangha, association of devotees. So, in the association of devotees, we are always glorifying the Lord. Tava katamritam tapta jivanam. Kavitam iditam kalmasapaham. That, oh my Lord, your words and activities are the life and soul of those persons who are suffering within this ocean of material existence. Such glorification of the Lord by the great sages, kavitam iditam kalpasapaham, can deliver one from all sinful activities. Shravanam mangalam Srimad Atatam. Certainly, the glories of the Lord are very auspicious and gives good fortune to all living beings. Why? Srimad Atatam, because such activities are the glories of the Lord's activities, qualities, His beauty, His activities, and His qualities, and His name are very, very powerful and will Cheto Darpana Marjanam, purify all the unwanted desires within one's heart. So this verse was quoted by Bilva Mangal Thakur. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got this manuscript when he was traveling in South India, the Krishna Karnamrita. He put great importance in this description by this glorification of the Lord by Bilva Mangal Thakur. And he also got a manuscript of the fifth chapter of the Brahma Samhita, wherein it describes the wonderful glories and position of the Supreme Lord Himself. So we know that the Supreme Lord, He's the Lord of all living beings. Name vidu suragana. Even the demigods don't know the nature and opulence and sweetness of Krishna. Name vidu suragana prabhavamna Maharisha, even the great sages, even Narada Muni, even Krishna himself doesn't know all his glories and opulences because he's constantly expanding. The spiritual world constantly expanding. Goloka Vrindavan constantly expanding. Radharani, her desire to please Krishna constantly expanding. Even Krishna is amazed by his qualities and glories. So, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very, very strict about who he associated with. One Bhagavanacharya, he was actually impersonal, but he was glorifying Lord Ram. When he came in the presence of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Ramanga was kind of very distant with him. And we see that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was traveling in South India, even though Kala Krishna Das, his assistant, was with God himself, he became bewildered by the Badaharis, the gypsies, who use women to entice and distract the men and steal them away and use them as their laborers and so on. So, of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared suddenly in the community of the Badaharis and grabbed Kala Krishnadas by his hair and dragged him away. But after that, he refused to have him as his servant anymore. So, asatsangatyag e Vaishnavachar. Sri Krishna Eka Sadhu Krishna Bhakta are that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that association with the non-devotees, I'd rather live in a cage with a tiger. So there, Bhaktivinoda Thakur describes the different types of non-devotees. The first one he mentions is the Mayavadis. That they, although they say we worship the different gods, Vishnu, and Shiva, Durga, Ganesh, Panchaposana, that they consider Brahma Satya Jagan Mithya, that the highest truth is the Brahman, the non-differentiated effulgence of Lord Krishna. And so they actually insult the Lord in this way. And we see that many, many of them become like Sahaja or Saki Beki or Baulas, all the Apasampradayas. So, of course, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he prayed for the ray of Vishnu, Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, to come and destroy these Apasampradayas. Although they may say they're devotees, they're actually within their hearts very impersonal. Sometimes devotees may have tilak, kantimala, and they're chanting, but because of their mind being clouded, their heart being clouded by different misconceptions, yene ravindakshi vimukti maninas, they're always thinking impersonally, they cannot make any advancement. The example, of course, is Ramachandra Puri. He is the god brother of Lord Chaitanya's spiritual master, Ishvara Puri. But we see that he was so offensive to Madhavendra Puri, his guru. Madhavendra Puri was exhibiting vipralamba, separation from Krishna. And he was saying, "Oh, my Lord of Mathura, when will I attain your lotus feet?" And Ramachandra Puri criticized his guru. He said, "Brahma Bhuta Prashanatma na sochati na." Why are you lamenting? Na sochati na. Self-realized souls, they never lament. He didn't understand that Madhavendra Puri was experiencing the highest taste in love for Krishna. Radharani is feeling separation from Krishna. The gopis, they're feeling separation from Krishna. Krishna was with them. They were joking and wandering through the forest. Krishna was embracing the gopis. And they became a little proud. And so Krishna thought, well, time to teach you a lesson. As Bhaktivinoda Thakur also says, the most difficult anartha is this desire for fame, this darpo, dambo darpo abhimanascha, krodha parushamevacha. This darpa, this false pride, desire for fame. and desire for respect. Raghunath Das Goswami, in his Manashiksha, he compares this desire for fame and this desire for respect to a Chandali, the wife of a dog eater. After all, this horrible contamination is like eating the flesh of a dog. He says one should try to delete this from one's heart, somehow or other, work on this horrible contamination. So the gopis, they were abandoned by Krishna. And Krishna disappeared into the forest looking for Radharani. And they, out of separation, they started to glorify Krishna. And they were questioning the trees, the deer. They were looking for Krishna. And they came upon Krishna, but he was exhibiting his Narayan form with 4 arms. They didn't even care. They don't care for Narayan. They don't care for liberation at all. And they, have you seen the son of Maharajnanda come this way? Like that. Oh yeah, he went this way. Of course, when Radharani came before Krishna, he couldn't control himself. And he lost his 2 arms. Like that, her devotion is so powerful. So this is the way we associate. Satatam kirtayantamam yatantastamam dritavrataha. To have great enthusiasm, determination, and patience. Utsahan nischayat dharyat tat karma pravartana. To engage with enthusiasm, with patience, and with determination. Where does this come from? It comes from within the heart, that the Lord being pleased with us. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado yasya prasada nakati. When we please the acharya, when we please the guru, then the Lord inspires us. We become inspired from within to please the Lord, to do anything for the Lord, for the guru. Yasya deve para bhaktir yata deve tata guru tasyaite katita yanta. Prakashante mahatmanaha. One who has implicit faith in the words of the spiritual master. Pick up the rope. Even if it's a snake, we pick it up. So Śrīla Prabhupāda used to tell us, somehow or another distribute my books. Somehow or another become Krishna conscious. It's not very easy, as Prabhupada says here. The path of devotion is not very easy. Very difficult. We have so many different obstacles to deal with. Asamshaya mahamaho baho mano durgrinaham chalam. That the mind is like vayar eva sadus. It's like the wind blowing like a hurricane. And duni graham. It's very difficult to deal with the mind and the senses, but the mind is the boss. The commander-in-chief of all the senses. And it's telling us, for Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jeev Guru, for millions and millions of lifetimes, going up and down through this vast universe, the Brahmanda, trying to enjoy in the body of demigods, in the body of dogs and cats, body of humans, going on like this for millennia and millennia, trying to enjoy. So when we come to Krishna consciousness, we have to be extremely diligent in our association. So we avoid the so-called devotees. Ramachandra Puri, Lord Chaitanya was tolerating him because Ramachandra Puri was his god uncle. He was the god brother of Ishvara Puri. And we see Ishvara Puri, he pleased Madhavendra so much that the God himself came and took initiation from a Jiva Tattva, Jiva, the disciple of Madhavendra Puri, Ishvara Puri. Ishvara Puri would go and clean up. Madhavendra Puri, in his very old age, she was invalid, and Ishvara Puri would clean his stool and everything and take care of him properly. And this way, Lord Chaitanya is so pleased by the humility, by the desire to please the lotus feet of Guru and Krishna. So then we attain an affinity. Shushusho Shraddhanasya Vasudeva Kata Ruchi. That we develop a taste for hearing the glories of Lord Krishna. He has millions and trillions of different glories. After all, Ramadi Murtishu Kala Niyamena Tishtan Nanavataram Akarud Bhuvane. He comes in so many millions and trillions of incarnations, just like waves forming in an ocean. The Lord's avatars come many, many times throughout our universes to benefit His devotees and get rid of the demons like Shishupal, Shalva, Jarasandha. All the demons. In Kali Yuga, of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's so merciful that even the big demons, the devotees are taught by Lord Chaitanya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He gives mercy. Prakashananda Saraswati was insulting the Lord. Oh, this sentimental, I've heard of him. So sentimental. Don't associate with him. Avoid his association. Lord Chaitanya went there and in a humble way, he sat where they wash their feet and so on. And he was so humble. He's God himself. He's omniscient personality of Godhead. He knows Prakashananda Saraswati's heart. But somehow he was able to attract Prakashananda Saraswati, convince him that the real Atmaram is one who is fully devoted to Krishna. Madgate nantaratmanam shravan bhajate yomam same yuktatamo madaha maya veshamanoye mam nitya yuktu upasate tesham that one who is always engaging his mind with great faith, Shraddhavam Parayot Petas, Teme Yuktatamo Mataha. He is beyond, he is superior to Gyanis, mystic yogis. These things are not, we're not interested in these things. Of course, Śrīla Prabhupāda says the whole world is covered with impersonalists and so-called yogis and so on. So this is the real path. This path of pure devotional service is what we want. And it is not so easy to come to the platform of Prema Bhakti. We may do some Jnana Bhakti, some Karma Bhakti. That means we have some desires, Pratishta, position in ISKCON amongst devotees, some followers, Dhanam, Janam, may have some material gain. These are all contaminations, even though we're surrendered to Krishna. Still our hearts has these inclinations for name, fame, position, pratishta, puja. You should worship me a little bit. Touch my lotus feet. So the pure devotional service, Rupa Goswami says, is extremely rare. It's very difficult to attain. Out of many, many devotees, one who comes to the platform of pure devotional service. Bhaktistu ananyaya shakya aham evam vidorjuna gyatum jastrum chatatvena kavishtam cha paran. Krishna tells Arjuna, you can see me in my beautiful form with my two arms, with beautiful earrings, a beautiful helmet bedecked with a peacock feather. And seeing this wonderful personal form, this beautiful form of Krishna, you can only see it if you become completely free of all subtle and gross material desires. That is the challenge. That is the challenge, because Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that this desire for fame and respect is the root of all the other anarthas: Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moha, Mada, and Matsarya. And Matsarya is very difficult to give up. Envy. You can use lust in the service. You can use anger in the service of Krishna. The Kubja, she used lust in the service of Krishna. But envy, very difficult to use in the service of Krishna. So, devotees are simply interested in being transferred to the personal association of the Lord. Nirmana moha jita shanga dosha aryatma niti vinivita kama bandver vimukta sukha dukkha shamgir gachanti amuda param avrayam tat. At the time of death, devotees go through this austerities, simple austerities. Vishya vinivartanti nirharasya deinam. That even though we're practicing the rules and regulations of Bhakti Yoga, they're still in our state, in the clearing stage of chanting the holy name. There's still some material attractions. But because we're nishta, we're fixed in our devotional service, and we control these desires, these anarthas, our future is bright. And we get the higher taste. Rasa varjam rasopiyasya param drisva nivartante. We get what is the higher taste? Rupa Goswami says, simply chanting this name of Krishna. I desire millions of tongues. The name of Krishna is so sweet. Madhuram, madhuram, vapu, vapu asya vidu. Madhuram, madhuram, vadanam, madhuram. Madhuram, Gandhi, madhuram, Gandhi, smita, Gandhi mridu. Madhuram, madhuram, Gandhi mridu. Madhuram, smitam, madhuram. That the rupa, the form of Krishna is very, very sweet. Vapu, vapu, his form is very, very sweet. Madhuram, madhuram, vadanam, madhuram. And his face is even sweeter still. But his beautiful smile is sweet like the taste of honey. Smitam eta vidu. Madhuram, 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 madhuram. So the verse is quoted by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Sanatana Goswami, when Sanatana Goswami is being instructed by the Lord at Prayag. So this holy name is very, very sweet, like honey. But because we're jaundiced, we're still jaundiced. We're not chanting Shuddhanam, pure name of the Lord. Some offenses are there, some material desires are there, distractions are there. But Śrīla Prabhupāda guarantees us, you simply keep chanting and following simply these principles, I guarantee you will go back home, back to Godhead. You will develop your prema, your Krishna prema, love for Krishna. So Rupa Goswami is saying, and when the holy name enters into my ears, I desire millions and millions of ears. And when the holy name enters into my heart, all my senses become inert and I'm not able to move. So these descriptions are also there in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, where Rupa Goswami describes how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing in front of Jagannath. Krishna Das Kaviraj described how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing in ecstasy before Jagannath, Rathayatra. Lord Jagannath, with his big eyes, are observing the beautiful dancing of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna himself comes to taste the nectar of the holy name. He sees himself at the Yamuna River, and he sees his reflection walking with the cowherd boys. He says, this is an amazing beauty. I would like to taste devotion of this beauty, what Radharani tastes when she sees me. Radharani is praying, let my next birth get the eyes of a fish. I want the eyes of a fish that never blink, so that every moment I can observe Krishna. The gopis they're cursing Brahma. Why did you make eyes that blink? For that moment, it's like 12 years or more when I don't observe the Lord. Yugaitam nameshana chakshusha sharishavitam shunyaitam jagat sarvam. The whole universe seems void when I don't see Krishna for one moment. His beauty is so amazing, especially in his Kaishara age. So this is what we're interested in, this pure devotional service. We're aspiring for it, and nishchayat, we have to be patient, and daryat, we have to go with some determination. We have to, it's a struggle, but we have to keep going. Don't give up. Don't take your foot off the gas pedal, as they say. Don't become complacent. This is the problem. Devotees think, I'm 30-year, 40-year devotee. I can put on cruise control. I'll put in cruise control and keep going, you know. No, the mind is our greatest enemy. Greatest enemy. It's always looking how to enjoy, like a mad dog, especially in Kali Yuga. So, the greatest danger in this world is this Maitunya Gara, association with the opposite sex. Kapila Deva is explaining here in the 3rd canto, especially in the 31st chapter. Teshu asanteshu mudeshu kanditatmesu asadushu sangam na koryach trocheshu yoshit kridamigeshu cha. The one should avoid the association of a coarse fool who is bereft of the practice of self-realization. Asanteshu. He is asanteshu. He has no saintly qualities. He's simply obsessed with material possessions and sense pleasure. That's all he's completely obsessed with it. And therefore he says, there's no God. I'm God. There's no God. Asatyam apratishtam te jagata. Life just came by chance. Like Papa, every morning walk in Los Angeles along Venice Beach, Prabhupada would speak to Sri Damodar. So what are the scientists saying today? Prabhupada, they say life comes from chemicals. Rascals. I beat on their head, calls them rascals and fools. Atheists, mayapur. The whole world is being covered by these atheistic, anti-God propaganda. And they indoctrinate young people in the universities. We don't see God. We don't see the soul. No such thing. Mythology. That's all. Okay, but show me how evolution happened. Show me, make life in your laboratories. Take some chemicals, make some life. Prabhupada said, let them do it. Then we'll talk. Post-dated check. That's all. Post-dated check. We'll make life. One famous Nobel Award winner, Jack Salstek, in 2011, he said, yeah, we're very close to making life. He's a Nobel Award winner. He said, in 4 years, or maybe 5 years, we'll make life. It's 2026. How's it going, Jack? He's at the University of Chicago, famous Nobel Award winner. He's an Origin of Life Fellows. They're all lying to the students. They lie so much about a primordial soup, and some creatures came wriggling out of it after millions of years. It doesn't work like that. If you know anything about chemistry, any chemists here? If you have a degree in chemistry, you know things don't work like that. The chemicals, if they just keep going and you say, oh, it's so much time, they become garbage. They interact with all the gases in our environment. So, this mind is the greatest enemy. Bandhu atmatmanastasya yenat mayavatmana jitaha. Anatmanastu shatruve. That the mind is your enemy. So you have to wake up early in the morning, in Brahma Muhurta hour, and associate with devotees for Mangalarti, Guru Puja, and Japa class. And Japa means attentive Japa. No Yapa Japa. Sometimes we're chanting, oh Prabhu, you remember yesterday at the Govindas, did you like the dosha? No. You can socialize later. You can read Krishna book together, go and do kirtan together like this. But we want to be very focused while performing our sadhana bhakti in the mornings during the Brahma Muhurta. It's the best time because the ether is still pure. The non-devotees, demoniac people, they're still sleeping off their exhaustion from sense gratification. You spend your days accumulating wealth and your nights wasting your time. Forest of material enjoyment, right? Jadabhara tells Maharaj Rahugana that during the day, working hard for money, Konu Artha Trishnam Visprijat Pranebhyo, it's more dear to you than prana, your life air. Pranebhyo piya ikshitaha yat karoti taskaro sevako vanik means that the merchant crosses the ocean, takes all risk to make some money. Sevako, the military man, he risks his life. The mercenaries risk their lives for money. Like this, money sweeter than honey. Kodam artnam trishnam visprijak pranebhyo. More dear to me than very life itself. So this is the materialistic person. Nunam pramatak kurite vikarma. They're simply obsessed. Running, Prabhupada said, going at 100 miles an hour, neck break speed to go and make some money. And then come home and Dina Katarini, Rat Kabhagini. I was like, that the wife comes, husband give me money. She goes during the day, Dina Kadakini. Dakini means a witch. The materialistic woman, she's Maya for the man. Balavam Pasya Maya, yeah. So, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, don't associate with those who are woman hunters or those persons who are fond of women. Both things. Don't associate with that. And Kapila Dev also says, for a woman, a man is Maya. She sees the husband as the supplier of a nice home, furniture, ornaments, nice clothing, and children. So both ways. Association with materialistic people is like drinking poison. Right? Narottam Das Thakur. Karma kanda jnana karma. Vishuddha. Vishu. Poison, drinking poison, this kind of materialistic life. So we only want to embrace association with strong devotees also. Weaker devotees who are engaged in frivolous activity and so on, we want to avoid them. We want to take the association devotees who are interested in hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord and the glories of His devotees. Tadiyanam, Tadarchanam, Lord Shiva says, devotees are more important than Krishna. Worship of devotees is more important than worship of God Himself. Tandare Charana Sevi Bhakti Sanevas Janame Janamai Hoy Eya Vilas. Narottam Das Thakur says, I only want to associate with devotees. My 4 kinds of foodstuffs is the dust from the lotus feet of the devotees. Their bath water, their foot bath water is very, very valuable to me. The remnants of devotees' prasad. So, Krishna says, one who says he's my devotee, he's not my devotee. One who is devotee of my devotee, he is my devotee. So, Gopi Bhattu Pada Kamalayor Das Das Anu Das. So we want to associate with devotees favorably, avoid sadhu nindana, the elephant offense. I don't like this person, I don't like this devotee, he offends me. Devotee doesn't accept offense. Yasmin nod vijite loko loka nid vijite. Krishna says in the 12th chapter, one who's dear to me, he never causes any kind of anxiety or offense to anyone, nor does he take any offense from someone, even though they may be being offended, but it doesn't accept. No, I must have offended you previously, so I accept it as Krishna's mercy on me. And now he's testing my tolerance, titikshava, and my humility, trinadapi. I'm humble. What am I? A fallen soul. I need the association of devotees, favorable association. So I think I'll stop here. And some comments from my God brothers, some questions from devotees. My God brother, Shri
I know you only have 5 minutes, but maybe you can speak on next instruction, the 3 ways of associating with devotees, below, equal, and the superior.
Oh, I see. Datati pratigrinati goyam akati prichati. Goyam akati prichati. Dadati pratigrinati. Bhunkte bojayate chaiva. So, with devotees who are new to the movement, we have to treat them with kid gloves, basically. We have to be very kind to them and gentle with them and give them our association and encourage them. They have many doubts when they come. When people come, they have doubts. As a person, when you approach association, the first thing you notice is the faults. Are they actually acharya? Are they doing their achar? Or are they just doing prachar? So we have to help them because the mind wants to go back and enjoy the material. I don't want to do this. It's too hard. What? 4 regulated principles? Get up at 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4. Chant Hare Krishna. How long? No. So we have to give them our compassion and give them our association and kindness and help them along. Then along with our peers, we have to be respectful to them. We have to engage in katha with them, Krishna katha, Prabhupada katha, Acharya katha. And when we feel that someone is more advanced than us, then Guyam Akati, we want to confidentially inquire. Sometimes devotees have struggles, and what they do is they leave the movement. They may be contaminated by shame. Maya is very clever, fall under the spell of lamentation. These things happen. No, we have to go and take shelter of devotees who are fixed up, Krishna conscious, more advanced by circumstance. Some devotees are more advanced, some are less advanced. And so we go and we have to be honest and reveal our hearts, open up and say, I have this problem. I'm attracted to this or that, some material beauty or money or something. I can't give up this desire for money and the things that money can buy. I don't want a regular ambassador. I want a BYD or Mercedes. Different problems we have, or envy. Some devotees suffer from envy, and they criticize and then they get bewildered, criticizing. So yeah, we want to inquire submissively, confidentially, and we also want to help those who feel that we can mentor them and give them some guidance and inspire them. So, and associate with our like-minded or peers who are madhyamadikaris. Prabhupada wants us to be madhyam, not kanishta, and we're not really uttama. Although one time, when Prabhupada may give the names of gurus, oh, now he's a Paramahansa. You don't get appointed to be a Paramahansa. Rupa Goswami says in Upadeshamrita, I believe it's the 5th verse, that a guru can be a kanishta adhikari, but one should know that he cannot make very good, appropriate advancement under his direction or guidance, limited guidance. So we, of course, we get shiksha and guidance from Śrīla Prabhupāda, great Acharya, great Mahabhagavat, fully engaged and in love with Krishna. As Vishwanath Chakravarti describes, he is a representative of God, and Nikunjayona Ratikela Sidaye. Internally, the great devotees are serving Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan. But externally, they may have this body, that body. Rupa Goswami is a Manjari. Raghunath Das is Manjari. But externally, they have male bodies, and they're preaching and so on. So, 8 o'clock. So those three types of association. And now it is time for darshan. So we'll end here. And thank you very much. Hare Krishna. All glories to Śrīla Prabhupāda.